So I got it all cleaned up and fixed up after King of the Hammers. Getting ready to do some playing in the sand dunes. Scoured Marketplace, picked up some 1300 paddles and some 15 by 10, I don't even know what brand they are, Eagle Alloy 589s or something like that. And then some SS 360s. These are really made for side-by-sides. Same matching wheels. Can't wait to see how they do. The flotation should be a million times better than the narrow BFG mud tires. You see a little drip there. After King of the Hammers, the rear end got pounded so much. Had a little bit of leak going on there. Mostly got it fixed. And then also, somehow I bent the shaft on this shock. I'm not sure if a rock came through the fender well when we rolled it and pushed on it, because it was pushed that direction. But the shaft was bent, tore up the seal head, kind of had some scarring inside the shock body. So basically the only thing that's left of the shock are the caps, or the top cap, the rod end down at the bottom of the shaft, and the reservoir and hose and all that stuff. So basically new body, new seal head, new shaft, new piston. But FOA was awesome, got me the parts fast, very affordable. And yeah, got it all rebuilt. While I was at it, I did another small valving adjustment, pulled the other shock apart as well. You know, obviously the valving has to match side to side. It's been a little bit of a fight to get the back to feel as plush as the front. It's always been a little stiff, but it's getting there. Try not to make drastic changes because I don't want to spend all the time and effort to get it out someplace and just have it blow through the travel and be too soft. So just doing small increments at a time. But you know, for the people who have done this stuff, I've basically got super basic 10 thousandths shim stack on compression and rebound now. In the very beginning, it was mostly a 15 thousandths compression stack, and I had like a flutter set up, and I don't know, been a couple changes. I don't remember exactly what it was, but just starting super basic with this one, see how it works out. And again, the front, the guys at FOA pretty much nailed out of the box, you know, based on my weights and you know, travel numbers and everything that I gave to them. They pretty much nailed it. It's a little soft, but somehow it just eats up the little chop, and it's hard to bottom it out. My only complaint is I don't have a sway bar right now on the front, and so it has a ton of body roll. So to correct that, like especially this last go around King of the Hammers, I adjusted the preload, or not the preload, the secondary nuts a little closer to the secondary, you know, to speed up the crossover point, to basically make it stiffer sooner. And then I actually loosened the rear sway bar. It was in this center hole here, so I stepped it out to its softest setting, just to kind of give it more balance. The overall body roll is probably about the same, but it just didn't really handle very well. If you would hit a dip or some sort of an angled bump in the road, you would feel all the roll stiffness was in the rear, and the front was real loose. So now it feels a lot more balanced, but I'm going to be ordering up the parts to do a similar sway bar like I have here in the rear. Up in the front, there's basically no room left. So the bar itself is going to go right in front of the Warren emblem here, and the bar will run right inside the bumper, and then the sway bar arm will just snake between the headlight and the chassis here and head back towards the coil over there. But that's going to be after this trip. This is just a camp trip out in the sand. So we'll see how it does. After this trip, I'm probably going to pull the intake manifold. I've been working for a while on building a new intake manifold. On the Suzuki 1.3s, the stock manifolds are pretty terrible. So I'm looking to get a little more top end power out of it. Then once the manifold is done, the next step is going to be setting up a turbo. She gets around pretty good, but when we go out in the dunes, you know, my wife has a Razor and all my friends have built Razors, all the turbo models and all that kind of fun stuff, and Samurai struggles to keep up. So thanks for watching. I'll add some more video of in the dunes after this one. Thanks.